Hey guys, it's Krista Watson here from Krista Quilts, and I want to invite you to come join me at the Mid Atlantic Quilt Festival that takes place at the end of February, beginning of March in 2025. It takes place in Virginia, and you can be sure to check out the Mid Atlantic Quilt Festival website for the complete details. Now, this is a fantastic show that is run by MAQF Show Management, so you can get all the details, but let me kind of give you some highlights of what I'm going to be doing at the show. So first of all, I'm going to be one of the judges at the show. Now, I've judged a couple of quilt shows. It's something that I do a little bit on the side, and it is fantastic. Getting up close and personal with so many gorgeous quilts. I hope you'll enter your quilt in the show because I would love to see it. In addition to that, I'm going to be the keynote lecturer, the featured speaker, and I am going to be talking about how do I quilt it. Based on my book of the same name, this is my popular lecture where I break down all the steps of putting your quilt together, prepping your quilt, basting your quilt, getting it ready, making a quilt plan so that you can have success quilting it on a domestic machine quilt. So that's going to be a really great lecture. It's going to be followed up by a meet and greet. I'd love to meet you in person. And in addition to that, I'm going to be teaching 3 full-day classes. So you can take one of the classes, 2 of the classes, all 3 of them. You're really going to get a well-rounded depth of machine quilting information if you take any of my workshops. So what am I teaching? First of all, I'm going to be teaching Walking Foot Bootcamp. This is one of my favorite classes I teach, especially for people that aren't sure if they want to get into machine quilting their own quilts. I break down the process, we practice on samples, and I actually bring in full-size quilts so you can see how what you're learning can actually translate to a real quilt. It's very in-depth. I go through step by step, break it all down, and you walk away having so much confidence to quilt your own quilts. After that workshop, I'm going to follow that up with Free Motion Bootcamp, which is very similar, but all of the techniques you're going to do are going to be with free motion. Now, the beautiful thing about these workshops is they're going to be sponsored by Bernina, so everybody will get to have their own machine to work on, and I will teach you all the bells and whistles and the tips and tricks to make your machine quilting successful. So again, in Free Motion Bootcamp, we're going to practice on samples. I'm going to have full-size quilts. You can ask me any questions you have, and I have a very approachable quilting style where I give everyone the individual help that they need, and so they walk away successful. After those workshops, I'm going to end the week with a really fun class where you're going to learn walking foot and free motion techniques and how to combine them. This one's called Fun with Spirals and Swirls. We're going to do some spirals, some swirl designs. You can mix and match with walking foot and free motion. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. So I invite you to come join me in Virginia at the end of February, very beginning of March. Again, get all those details on the website. I'm going to have a lecture, 3 days of workshops, lots of beautiful quilts. I sure hope you'll join me there. Until next time, see you later.